So, I heard you want to code.
Hello everybody and welcome back to episode 10 of our Roblox scripting tutorials. In this one we're going to be working on a whole game, and that game being an obby. And this model here has no scripts in it, and I'm going to show you how to script it. Basically, you can download this model from the description if you want it, or you can make your own and hopefully still be able to learn something from this video and figure out how to script your obby. So the first thing I've got here, I'm going to ungroup this, and you see the checkpoints folder. The first one, named 00, is a spawn location with allow team change on touch turned off, and I've turned can collide off, and that is it. Then you'll see this is an actual part named 01. Can collide is false and it is anchored. And that'll be the same for this one, just named 02. This will be 03, 04. And then on 05, which is my last stage, I insert a bool value with the value true, and I called it final stage. And I put that inside of this part here. So, our first part that we're going to work on is going to be our module script for spawn handling. So we're going to insert a folder, call it modules, and then insert a module script and call it spawn handler. Now I'm going to open my notepad and get my formatting code, and then I'm going to write another comment here called class, and we'll just say local spawn handler equals squiggly brackets. Okay, so our next part is going to be a reference to our checkpoints folder in workspace. So we're just going to do local checkpoints folder equals workspace, wait for child checkpoints, and there you go. And then as for functions, we're going to write return spawn handler. And then we'll do function spawn handler dot spawn player. This will be player class, checkpoint name, which will be a string. And so we're going to say local checkpoint equals checkpoints folder, find first child checkpoint name, and if not checkpoint, then return end. Then we're going to do local character equals player.character. If not character, then return end. And then character pivot to checkpoint dot cframe times cframe dot new 5.50, and that'll spawn the player right above the checkpoint that we give it. So our next function is going to be function spawn handler set spawn point, and this will take player and then also the checkpoint name, which is a string. And we are going to say local leader stats equals player find first child leader stats, and if not leader stats, then return end. Then we'll say local checkpoint equals leader stats, find first child checkpoint, and if not checkpoint, then return end. And then we'll do checkpoint dot value equals checkpoint name. And that is all you need for your spawn handler module. I'll zoom out so you can get it all, and just pause the video, copy that down. And this will basically be the function that will spawn a player at his appropriate checkpoint here. So our next part, we're going to do our leader stats. So to do that, you'll insert a script to server script service. Let's name it player stats, copy and paste our formatting code in here. And then we'll do local underscore p equals game get service players. And for references, we don't need anything, but we'll make a function down here. p.player added connect function in brackets player. And then local leader stats equals instance.new folder. Leader stats.name equals leader stats. Local stage equals instance.new string value. Stage.name equals checkpoint. Stage.value equals 0, 0. And then local wins equals instance.new. Oh, I did this wrong. Instance.new int value. And wins.name equals wins. And then wins.value equals 0. And we'll say wins.parent equals leader stats. Stage.parent equals leader stats. Leader stats.parent equals player. And there we go. So that is your leader stats setup. And if you want to learn how to do data storing so that when the player rejoins, it'll save his stats, just let me know in the comments and I'll do another video on that. But that is your player stats and your spawn handler done. So you can close out of both of them. And our next part that we're going to work on is the checkpoint touching. So we're going to insert a script to our checkpoints folder, call it touch event. And we'll paste in our code formatting, and then we'll do local underscore p equals game get service players. Local underscore rs equals game get service replicated storage. Then we'll make a reference to our checkpoints folder. And then we'll do local checkpoints equals checkpoints folder get children. And then we'll do local modules folder equals rs wait for child modules. Local spawn handler equals require module folders wait for child spawn handler. And then we'll make a table that will act as a debounce. So we'll say players who won equals squiggly brackets. And we'll say for underscore comma checkpoint in pairs checkpoints do. And we'll say if checkpoint is a base part, then, and then we'll say checkpoint dot touched connect function hit, and we'll say local character equals hit find first ancestor of class model. If not character, character, then return end. Local player equals underscore p get player from character, character. If not player, then return end. If checkpoint dot name is equal to 0, 0. Sorry, then we will do, oh, we just want to do return end there, my bad. We'll do then return end, and then we'll do if not checkpoint find first child final stage, then spawn handler set spawn point player checkpoint.name, and then we'll say else if not players who won player, then if checkpoint dot final stage dot value, then players who won player equals true, and spawn handler dot spawn player and 0, 0. Then spawn handler set spawn point player and 0, 0 again. And then player dot leader stats dot wins dot value plus equals 1. Task dot weight 1. And then we'll say players who won player equals nil. There we go. And that is your checkpoints working. Now we just have to make it so when you die, you actually get spawned at the proper checkpoint. So to do that, we're going to insert a local script into starter player scripts, paste our formatting, get our replicated storage, just like that. And then we'll get our players, and then we'll get our player like this. And then local modules folder equals rs wait for child modules. Local spawn handler equals modules folder. Do require modules folder wait for child spawn handler. And then local leader stats equals player wait for child leader stats. And then local checkpoint val equals leader stats wait for child checkpoint. Oops. And then a very simple function here, player.character added connect function, and we'll get the character, and then we'll say spawn handler spawn dot spawn player and then checkpoint val dot value, just like that. And now your checkpoints are working. And you'll see that when you spawn on the first one. We touch this one, and our checkpoints went up. And now let's see what happens when I die. Let's see if I spawn back at the new one. And yep, I do. That's the first one back there. This is the second. Let's see if the next one will work. Yep. Okay. And that is that so far. And yeah, I think that's going to end it for part 1 of making this obby. I hope you guys are enjoying so far. Next, we're going to get on to making the lava kill people. We're going to script this so that when you step on a pad of glass here, they fall down. And we're going to make this spin. And we will make this so that it goes left to right to left to right repeatedly. So yeah, I will see you guys in the next one. It'll be called episode 10, part B. This is episode 10, part A. So I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.